Okay, for my makeup artist in training, we're doing skincare. We're talking about products and skincare regime. My name is Laura. Welcome back. And if you guys are just starting with us, you need to go back to video 1 and begin, because you're going to learn a whole bunch with this course. So you might as well start from the beginning. So go back to number 1. Basically, what I'm going to talk to you guys about in finding out what your client is currently using, we're trying to determine a few things. How much time they're spending on themselves in terms of skincare. How much money do they typically spend on themselves? And what condition is their skin currently in? This will help you a lot. And if you end up doing any retail down the line, which is a great way to make some money in this business, this is going to be super key to help them, because you need to know things about them in order to help get them to the right place in terms of product and get their skin to a better spot. Okay, let's start with soap. So for example, if somebody is using a soap that's pretty harsh, you're going to know already that their skin is likely going to be dehydrated. So cleaning your hands really well, what I want you to do is a dehydration test, okay? And I'll show you how I do that. And I'm going to just come closer into the camera just to show you. All right, so you're going to take your finger and you're going to lift the skin up. Now you can see here I've got a little bit of dehydration here in my cheek. It wrinkles up kind of like a little bit with age and also dehydration, and I get really dehydrated in my cheeks especially. But you can see my jawline's pretty good, but for someone who's really dehydrated or has a lot of oil around their chin, you might not see the dehydration. So go in the mirror and check different areas of the face and lift up. And if it crinkles up like a little bit like a newspaper, that's dehydration. It's not dryness. So you need to keep that in mind when you're differentiating between skin types and things like that. So you're doing a dehydration test at this point, and you just want to see where they're at. And where you're at. So take a look in the mirror. That's what I want you to go do right now. I'll pause while you go do that. So if you've got teenagers, or you're finding that you're at the drugstore and you're buying products with a high alcohol content and you're putting them on your skin, that will also dehydrate your skin. So you might need to give yourself and the people that you're around you a little bit of guidance on that. And what happens when you strip your skin really heavily on the oils on the surface, maybe they're using those pimple strippers and things like that, is your body is smart. It's going to make up for that lost oil double time. So you will actually create oilier skin if you keep stripping your skin really, really badly with products like that are super harsh. So remember when we talked earlier about balance? This is one of those areas that's super important regarding balance. You're going to want to bring the skin into balance. And the best way to do that is by using something more gentle for starters, instead of these really highly stripping alcohol-based products that can zap every bit of water that we have in there and prematurely age us, and also can become sensitive and tender and irritated, to be honest. So keep that in mind when it comes to product choices. People who spend a lot of money on bougie products. I mean, some bougie products are gorgeous, but some products are too rich and too perfumey for many people's skin. So I lean towards products that don't have a lot of perfume in them, that are cleaner, and I gauge the richness depending on that person's skin. So you don't want to put something super heavy and rich on a person who is got young, fresh skin, because it can really weigh it down and doesn't need all of that. It might just need a little bit of hydration. So you want to gauge what you're putting on your skin and your client's skin according to their needs. So check into that and see if maybe some of the products you're using are too rich or wrong for their skin type, because of how it's reacting. So take a look at that as you're checking into what your client and what yourself is needing. You're going to get to know your buying habits and your client's buying habits just comfortably without overwhelming them, just by asking them some questions about what they're using. If you take a person who just uses soap and you put them into this huge like skincare regime, that is going to overwhelm them. You want to start with a few basics, and then you can add as you get to know them better and as they get more comfortable with more things. Sometimes less is more. So depending on your person and depending on yourself, you're going to have to gauge that to see what the best recipe for that is. And definitely, you know, stay within their personality type. So if they do like a lot of interesting products, you don't want to take them away from that, because that's who they are. Go ahead, you can add, but check and see what their budget is, what they're capable of doing time-wise, what their personality type is. Anything like that can help you inform yourself and inform your client as to what will work for them in the long term, because you don't want a bunch of products going old on their counter because they're not even touching them. It's too much work. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're choosing. Okay, so cleanser, toner, moisturizer, hydrating mask, deep cleansing mask, gentle exfoliant, like not an aggressive substance, like an abrasive scrub, like apricot scrub that's really got lots of corners and things to it. Eye cream, eye gel. These are very useful products to work up to. Start with a cleanser, toner, moisturizer, or just a cleanser and a moisturizer if that's all you can get, and then you can add products from there. Skin products are so varied, it's insane, and this is not an inclusive list. It's just a basic understanding of simple steps.